dance because we just actually shot this podcast. So little inside baseball. We're doing the intro after shooting the podcast, but I'm too hyped. So here we go. So hey, if you've already come this far, I'm gonna say thank you to start. My name is Robert Hendricks.
And my name is Terrence Hopkins.
This is the Couple of Nobodies podcast.
Repeat that for me.
The Couple of Nobodies podcast.
A couple of nobodies?
No, we can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you don't remember that. We cannot do that. That is definitely the name of somebody else's podcast.
Okay.
So this disclaimer, this is the Couple of Nobodies podcast. We already shot the podcast. Do you not know the name of the podcast?
Oh, I knew the name, but I figured if we repeat it 3 times.
Oh,
the people
product
will
marketing.
Come on. I'm smart with the shit, Rob.
Obi-Wan. I like it. Okay, so this is the Couple of Nobodies podcast. Our guest this evening was Wayne Bennett, our producer slash, I guess, host. We're in his house doing this thing. So we got some good conversations in with Wayne kind of about his music career that he's got budding, the studio he's built here that allowed us to shoot this, and kind of got into like our background growing up in a suburban area. So you'll hear all about little race relations.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to I guess state why real quick. We are doing this podcast. It's a bit of a passion project. We're not really looking to get rich or anything like that. So whoever listens, we again appreciate you. But T, why would you say you're doing this podcast?
I think for me, the last couple of years, I just got stuck just doing the regular adult routine, going to work every day, just paying bills just to survive. So for me, like you said earlier, this is just a passion project. Kind of my goal. I'm not big on New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but for me, 2018 is just a year of my happiness, personally, because I can say I've been depressed lately with my old job. Thank God I just left that job and got a new one. So, things are looking up for me. So, new job, new hobby. Podcasting is something that I love to listen to, and I knew it would be something that I would want to do. I couldn't think of a better person to do it with than my boy Rob, so this is why I'm doing it.
Cool. And I think for me, pretty much, I don't open up very much in my normal life. I don't talk to enough people. And so I'm hoping to have conversations that kind of expand my mind a little bit and bring me to a point where, I'm kind of stuck in my own head a lot, right? So I think I'm an intelligent person, but I don't have all the views. And we had a moment, during this podcast where I experienced that. So hopefully you guys listen along to get that far. It's kind of near to the end, but we appreciate you if you even got this far. This is the Couple of Nobodies podcast. We'll be doing this every Tuesday, and here's episode 1. All right, so, today's guest, we bought our producer, the owner of the lovely house we're actually sitting in, Wayne Bennett on.
Yo.
Yeah. Wayne, I've known since 10. I think we were 10.
Approximately.
We're about.
Let's
to
say that.
we're about to date ourselves here.
Right.
But,
right.
I think fourth grade was the first time I met you with Mark. I think you were playing sports with Mark, and you came to pick him up one day, and that was the first. My bad, double talk.
Yeah, double talk. It's all good.
It's all good. That was the first time I met you, Doc, and that's I shouldn't clear my throat.
No. We just go leave it at that. We just go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We go leave it there. We go leave it there.
Long time ago. But what's good with you, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. It's crazy because I think I've seen you in passing over the years, but we haven't hung out in like 7 years.
It's been a while.
Or something like that. So it's crazy. It's really dope. Like, and what's crazy about it too is, so I saw him at Mark, and you'll know who Mark is. If you're listening, you probably know who Mark is.
If you listen to more than 2 episodes, you will definitely at some point know who Mark Barr is. Yeah.
So Mark had his son's first birthday party the other day.
Shout out to Tyson.
Shout out to Tyson, man. Tyson is a beautiful boy. But I was like tired. I had went to church, and I was like, I don't really want to go. I'm gonna get to your question. You asked me a question. I'm gonna get there.
Hey, let it breathe, baby. You do what you do.
And so I went over there, and I saw Tyson, and I saw Rob, and we were up there talking, man. And it's crazy because one of the things that I've been up to is doing a podcast myself. called The Art of Letting Go, not featuring, but co-starring
Check that out.
Mike Brown.
Check that out.
But yeah, man, so it's just crazy that you had this idea to do this, and I had this setup. I built a studio in the last couple of years, and we're sitting in my studio right now recording this, and it's pretty dope. It's pretty amazing to be here. I've gotten married. I don't have no kids yet.
Yeah.
I am an avid churchgoer. I'm a musician. I write music and record. And I'm actually pretty fucking amazing. And yeah, man, that's pretty. I'm getting ready to launch my own business.
Yeah. Well, I'm a dissect.
Yeah.
all that for you.
Yeah. Please do.
I want to, personally, on behalf of me and T, just start out with just saying thank you.
Oh,
for
yeah.
even giving us the opportunity to get this far.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I think seeing you again, was a blessing, in a certain sense, because I've been trying to do this forever.
Right.
And it just felt so natural.
Yeah.
Seeing you once again.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
And
Like, we're grown. But anyways, go ahead.
No, we're old. Like we'll get into more of that too later on.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I said I haven't seen you in so long, but I really didn't know what was going on, and this gives me an opportunity to kind of sit down and rap with you,
Right.
About and dive into your life and what has been going on.
Right.
And I think part of the reason is I don't have any social media, zero social media.
That's true.
Which everyone has been giving me shit for. Yeah, this is we can definitely cuss on this. I think Wayne said the first cuss word on the podcast. Did he?
Yes,
he said
he
he's
did.
fucking awesome. Was that I think how
I
you?
came in third, mommy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I thought I ought to be number one.
No. So Wayne broke that, but yeah. So this is definitely a generally a substance friendly, lyric friendly podcast. So we do what we do around here. So but anyway, so yeah, I don't have any social media. That's why I've been able to kind of. People have to call me to check up on me, and me and you, unfortunately, we haven't ran up on each other like that. So I've always said, I would never get social media unless I had to market something. That's the idea to me. Marketing something, getting something out there is the idea. If you love someone, if your people you keep up with, you just keep up with them.
Right.
But
right.
I think I'm gonna have to.
So are we at that day?
I think
Because there's something to market.
I think I gotta do this.
So okay. So before you get started, my dude, Mr. Hendro,
Yeah.
you kind of said it, but why are you against the social media?
It's for me, I will admit that I'm an outsider, right? So I really am speaking. It's speaking on something I don't really do, right? But I would just say the way I've viewed most people and their almost addiction to it, and what it causes them to react off of what they see on the internet in their real life. I don't want to say drives me nuts, but it damn near drives me nuts. And it's gripped people even in my closest life, where all I see is them with the phone in their hand, either taking pictures or sending pictures or looking at pictures. And not that we need to interact super hard all the time. I don't like most people, so it's called good. You don't need to talk to me. But it just it just feels like it's a rat race that consumes people. And I'm not gonna say I don't want to stand on a pedestal like I was better than anybody for not having it, but it felt clean to me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm about to dive in the pool head first. We're gonna go all platforms. I'm gonna start signing up right now as we speak.
So are we going Twitter,
All platforms.
Instagrammy?
Yeah. So what?
Are we going Chat Snap or Snapchat?
We're not editing that out.
We're
That's
not chat snapping?
No chat snaps.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna start with Instagram, but I'm gonna ask you fellas while I'm doing this. What do you fellas normally do on these social media platforms? And be honest. What do you fellas do on these said social media platforms? Because I doubt. Let me say this again. I doubt most males are out there looking for inspiration on social media. Okay, what are you gentlemen looking for on social media?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to tell on myself, but I will.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Are we just talking about social media?
Hey,
are
T.
we talking about dating sites as well?
No, let's not get into the dating sites
Okay,
because that's a clear
Clear.
run direction, right?
Okay.
But like, I mean, okay. Here's what I'm assuming.
Yes.
Here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming Instagram. You're probably on there all the time, looking at females. I'm gonna try my best to never say the B. I'm gonna do my best as long as this podcast goes to see the B word. I'm gonna see how long it lasts. But looking at females, right? Am I wrong? So you guys tell me.
I don't have an Instagram. I just got one for the podcast.
You got one for the podcast.
So I have an Instagram.
Okay, and let me tell me what you
This
do.
is Wild Wheezy speaking. I have an Instagram and I am married. So I look at my wife. I'm
Ooh.
joking.
You know,
I'm
fantastic
joking.
answer. Being
I'm
she's in
joking.
the other room.
I'm joking. She's right there. She might come in.
She could cut
But no,
all
I
of us.
definitely look at women on Instagram. It's not foreign.
Yeah, I
To
feel like
anyone.
I'm signing up as we speak. I'm putting in my I'm making a password as we speak. And the first thing I'm probably gonna do before I even post about this podcast is follow
You'll
some-
try to take a glance.
I'm gonna follow
Yeah,
somebody.
you definitely
Follow somebody, and it won't be a man.
You know, but it's interesting to
It
me.
won't be
though,
an
because
athlete.
Being married and seeing social media and seeing how people interact on social media
Uh-huh.
and how they hit on women on social media
Okay.
is weird as
Okay.
hell.
So
to
you're in
me.
the same thing. You're in the same thing I'm in.
It's so weird. I'm like, yo, that's how. It's that. Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
you know?
I need to make up a username. I mean, I'm definitely giving my name out on this podcast. So Robert Hendricks, obviously, but Hendricks 7769 is not gonna work for me. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you
Sorry.
good.
Yeah, I didn't mean
No,
to
I
cut you.
actually want to hear about this username.
Yeah,
what do you think?
What do you guys thinking? I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm gonna try Mr. West Coast, which I don't think is gonna be available.
There's no way that's available.
Hello.
young man.
Slow down, dog. I got ambitions. I'm gonna put that. Try to put the S as a dollar sign. Not that I'm rich, cause I'm poor. Yeah, as fuck. AF. What? This is my podcast. This is my boy's room, and I'm fucking censoring. I'm gonna try Mr. West Coast with dollar signs. What do you think?
I say no way, young man.
You say no way. If it is T, what would you like to put on this? If it is T, give me something, T. Let's make this fun.
Let's make it fun. All right. Well, I'll take a shot.
Got him. Okay, so we're betting a shot
Bring a shot
on Mr. West Coast
on a Tuesday night.
on a
I got work
Tuesday
tomorrow.
night.
This is not what I want to do.
I think I have work tomorrow. Thing is, I think I took one, two. Oh, you can't use the dollar sign. Dollar sign. Oh, is bet off just off that?
No. Well, I guess
kind of is.
So that
yeah.
means you're taking a
Bets
shot?
no, man, I didn't lose though.
No,
I
you
just
didn't
they
lose.
don't allow the dollar sign.
Oh, that's not
Using
an L
it-
though.
Oh wait, what? No, dog. You sound like a
I
hater.
think that's an L. That's an L. You didn't know that before going into it. You can't say
Yes,
now.
I have zero.
You can't say now. Oh well, I didn't know that they.
What the hell? You had to put a dollar sign? You didn't think? Come on, a dollar.
Hey, this is what happens when you're not on social media.
I was gonna say just that too.
This
Okay,
is what
my
happens.
fault, right? This is my fault for not. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying to do this. Can somebody? Let's see. T,
All
can you
right,
pour?
so-
Can you pour me up a little shot here? Yes. And I will take this shot. I'll
So
tell you. This is half the reason I was. This is so much work.
it is.
This
it
is so much
It's not,
work.
it looks really difficult for you right now as I'm watching you do this.
I'm struggling.
It's
What is this stupid
it
name?
seems to be a little difficult.
Mr. Yeah, okay, Mr.
But Hendo. Hen dog.
Come on.
Hen dog eat dog.
These are getting worse, fellas. These are getting worse, fellas. Go ahead, can you put that? Yeah, let's see what we got here. We're going Mr. I'm just gonna try Mr. West Coast. See if that sticks. Username definitely not available. Could told you that.
Right.
Could told you that. Let's see. 02, the year we graduated. Oh, Mr. West Coast 02. Boom, I'm in there.
Available.
I'm in there. See, that wasn't
All
that
right,
hard.
so we got Instagram.
Oh wait.
You want to find contacts?
I know I fucked that up. Add photo. Can I add photo later?
No. Take a selfie. Go
Right
all
now?
in.
No, I gotta. Nah,
All in.
Nah. I gotta put the-
Robert, all in.
All right, dude. Damn, this shit is terrible. I got my beater on. I'm just so you know, it's hot in here, so I'm like sitting in white beater with my.
Even if it was cold, he would be dressed
Glasses
the
on.
same. Don't listen to that shit.
He might be right. I don't need sound for this, right? This is terrible.
No, just,
Do I
just
look?
take it.
Here, I'm gonna make Wayne take this so I can look like it'll be the shot. Okay, so the shot that I'm actually. I shouldn't put this on. No, never mind. I don't want to put liquor on. It's okay, but I will take the shot, and then we'll take the picture right out of that.
So he's taking a shot and chasing it with more alcohol and coffee. Just
Yeah, so
everybody's clear.
this in about 15 minutes, this podcast is gonna get real funky. So yeah. So picture taken. I don't even know which one that's for.
That's Instagram.
It took me so long to sign up that I forgot which one I was signing
Okay.
up for.
So we're good on Instagram, right?
I don't think that's Instagram. I'm gonna tell you in a second. Though.
What is that?
I just told you I don't remember.
Oh.
So okay, then what is? Give me your pros and cons, T, for
So I can't really speak on Instagram. I don't have it. I mean, I downloaded it for the pod, so I haven't really messed around with it. I do have a Twitter, and I don't have any pros for it.
I mean, what do you? Okay, do you tweet?
I say not much, very few, very far between.
When you do, what do you say? Give me an example of like what you do.
Usually pretty drunk at a club,
And that's when you tweet?
and that's when I decide to tweet because I'm getting no action.
Well, okay, so you're sliding in. Wait. I was about to totally fuck this up because I am zero. Are DMs on Twitter?
No, there's DM on Twitter, and I can honestly say
DMs are on Twitter, Instagram. That's terrible. How bad is that, right? That's not good.
bad.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. My terrible. Okay, I can only leave this up for like. That's a terrible shot. But anyway,
It's just a shot.
we're gonna ride with it. What were you saying? Sorry, T.
So basically, when I tweet, it's usually pretty late at a club, and I'm getting no play, no action, and I'm just talking about my night.
And
And it's
you're
too
just-
early to go home.
And you're just trying to slide in DMs?
Just I never slid in DMs because I don't like rejection.
Wait, but I don't know how this works, and this is why we're gonna get it. But we got a girl coming on next week, so we can ask her some of these questions. Do they actually reject you in your DMs, or just not reply?
If they don't reply, that's a rejection because I'm
Oh,
gonna say the B
sir.
word because I know you saw it, young lady.
Sir,
I know you saw it, young lady.
sir. See, this is why I don't have social media. There's no way. There's no fucking way you can look at a non-reply as a rejection because you must just be seeing rejection all the time. Like, I just feel like, I almost said the B word again. I think I'm gonna be good at this. I don't think I'm gonna get it not saying it.
Young ladies.
Young ladies, I don't think they just by nature. I don't think they just reply to everything.
I'm sure they don't, but
So then, if you're sure they don't, how could you possibly take it as a rejection?
What time of night are you sending these messages? Because that is also important. These things, these little details factor in, my good sir.
So usually, I don't go out to like Hollywood anymore per se. Usually like in the Long Beach area where I live. So I'm at places like Cuban Pete's, Moonshine. Might get a little bit of play, but nothing. I ain't taking nothing home basically. So it's usually like 1:15. You know, I think Cali clubs close at like 1:45, 2 o'clock. So it's usually that 1:15 time where I'm just on Twitter trying to make something happen. Seeing somebody wants to slide in my DMs. It hasn't happened yet, but one day it will, hopefully. So yeah, that's why I have Twitter, and I only really follow, if you happen to find me, Dashing Bugs. I only have athletes, wrestlers, and porn stars. Basically, what I follow. So, Mom, if you hear this, I apologize now. I am still the son you raised. I might just be a little different from what you know.
So these are the people you follow, right? Right. So when you slide in DMs, is it the porn stars? DMs?
Hey, that's
No,
can't go over
I've
well.
never actually slid into a DM before, though.
He did
That's
say
the
that.
thing. Yeah. Okay. Just because I'm scared of the potential rejection, the made up rejection in my mind.
Yeah, see, that sounds terrible. All right, so that sounds terrible. That's why that was part of the reason. I'm like, I would probably do the same. Like, you get 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm just like, let's get on, let's get out here and see what we got. I would probably do the same. That's another reason I don't fucking
Only thing
need this
about
shit.
Twitter, though, is you can't tell who else is online, though. You kind of just have to hope they see the message and then respond back.
Yes, exactly. Just out there hoping. Just just sending out hope after hope after hope. Just hoping you get some type of reply. No, I'm good. I'd rather just go home. But now I have all the capabilities of sliding in DMs. So be on the lookout.
Wayne, do you have a Twitter?
I do have a Twitter. I don't really use it though. I'm kind of like Rob. I got one social media that I really use, and the rest of them are. I'm just like, it's just too much. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, if I post them on Instagram, there's like a button you can slide that'll say go to Facebook too, and that's what I do. I don't really post on Facebook too, and I'm told that I need to get better at doing these things. Since I do music and stuff, but I'm just getting to the point where I'm about to release something. So now it'll be like, all right, let me try harder. But no, I don't really have Twitter. I've never slid in the DM.
I'll tell you how it feels soon.
I'm sure you will. I never slid in a DM before. Facebook message maybe back in college. But other than that, yeah, one Instagram is pretty much what I use. Yeah.
Rob, can we get an update on where we at with your social media journey?
Yeah. So, okay. So, Instagram was in there, Mr. West Coast too. We're almost done with Twitter. I just got to put it in a bio, which just says, "Yeah, we out here," which doesn't mean anything. I will adjust all this when we're not listening to us, us ramble about it. But that's where we're starting. Damn, I gotta take another photo. I can use the same photo. Did you use it? Did you save that photo? Silly ass fucking. Oh yeah, there it is. Like a straight asshole, but we're using it. We're out here. All right. Just a stupid photo. So, you excited, man? You liking this so far?
So far, so good, man. I know this is fun, man. This is like I said earlier, it's a passion project. This is something that I'm excited to do. We've been talking about this for months, and me and you personally, we talk about a lot of shit, and we actually don't like fucking do it.
Yeah.
But this is probably something that we honestly follow through on, and I know you're motivated to do it. I'm motivated to do it. We got a great support system with Wayne, and I think the sky's the limit, man. I'm excited. How do you feel about everything?
So far, so good. Like I said, feels good to kind of talk about all this stuff. We'll get into some more serious topics in a little bit. Not that's just bullshitting about social media. I got into Twitter, but I'm gonna have to delete this account. That's not gonna work for me. They didn't even ask me if I wanted to do a handle. Maybe I missed it because I was taking a shot, and my conscience isn't all here. But they hooked me up with at Rob H 47345884. Hey, bro.
Yeah,
that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to start over on that one. So I'm gonna do that one later. But we will be up on Twitter soon enough, and then I'll just get in Snapchat just so we can get this over with and move on to our guest.
Before we move into the guest,
yeah.
Snapchat is amazing. I fuck with the Snapchat.
So I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
When I first got to the point where I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. Snapchat was the one I was like, yeah, I'm excited about this because from what I understand, I'm gonna get shots of tits and ass all day. Now, there's no now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get shots of tits and ass all day, and I'm excited about it. Is that weird? That can't be weird.
It's not weird.
All right.
And the young ladies in the world, they feel a little bit better about sending the nudes on the Snapchats.
I got one.
Because they know they don't last forever.
I got a question for you. For both of you, have you ever sent a dick pic?
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, that sounds like a definite yes, right? That sounds like a more than once.
Okay, so
wait. Can I guess an over under?
Sure.
Okay, I'm not guessing over under on actual pictures sent.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with actual females. I'm good at this.
Okay.
I wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? Females. But I'm not like that. I don't call women. Like, I don't call women bitches. Like, I've only literally called a woman bitch by one time in my entire life, and I can count it. But it seems like when I'm with, like, a group of homies, like, it's easy to be like, bitches. You know what I'm saying? But females. That's how you say it properly. So, to all women. Okay. Females. I'm going to say over under 7.5. I'm going to go 7.5 females that you have sent dick pics to. Your face tells me I'm off.
I'm trying to count.
I assumed you were counting the whole time I was coming up with the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the. I gotta take the over.
Wait. See, me and Wayne did the same thing.
I'm not proud of it.
Of women you've actually sent it to? Wait,
how many
successes did you have doing this?
if I'm sending you a dick pic, it's because I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah, can we define successes? Successes
Yeah.
means fuck, right? Wayne?
Yes.
Complete through the act, as we call
To
it.
the climax.
Did you fuck? Is the
Oh,
question.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if I'm-
So how how many girls did you send a dick pic out that you didn't end up fucking?
okay, so this is like baseball. So I'm not
It's
batting
not-
1,000,
It's not like baseball.
but I'm a Hall of Famer though.
Wait, hold on. In baseball, if you bat more than 3 out of 10,
You're a Hall of Famer.
you're a Hall of Famer. So if you sent 7 dick pics out that you didn't
Who's-
kill,
Who's the greatest baseball player you've of all time?
I mean, I'm not gonna say Babe Ruth because like he didn't play against no black folks.
Look,
I don't wanna-
we're going to avoid all these analogies, and we're going to get to the actual fact.
yeah.
So give me some real.
Yeah. How many dick pics did you send that you did not kill?
Okay,
Give me
so
numbers,
I'll
dog.
probably say like 5.
Damn, son. So there's 5 girls out there. That
I'm
know
a notorious dick pic sender.
you are notorious.
Notorious.
Yo.
I did not know this about you, dog.
Yo.
I did not know this about you. I did not know
Yo.
this about you.
You know, I'm not proud of it, but you know, I'm a real dude. I feel
Wait.
like a lot of real dudes send dick pics. I mean, you mean to tell me you've never sent one?
I'm gonna tell you right now, T. I would like to consider myself a real dude. Maybe I'm not. Whatever. I would like to. I have sent a total of 1 girl dick pics in my entire life, and I know her. And if she hears this, she knows who it is. That is 1 girl in my entire life,
I've
and that's the
never
honest to
done
God truth. 0.
I've
See?
never done it.
Yeah, I'm not like, and I'm not. I mean, I just full disclosure. I have seen Wayne's dick. I've seen Wayne's
That's
dick.
a mutual
Yeah.
disclosure.
That's not weird. We were. Well, I don't even know how old we were. Wayne has a huge penis. So Wayne has a huge penis. I've. Karen,
I didn't know that was gonna.
She's
be.
out. She's out. She's happy. I bet happy wife. That's all I'm saying.
I did not know that was
Huge
gonna be.
penis. At 16.
all right.
16. Slapping me.
Oh shit.
Slapping
All
me.
right. Well.
So yeah. Sorry.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, I've
So-
never done it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of change the subject.
He could though. There would be like no shame.
Yo, so I've never done it. So I just had this conversation with my boy because he just called me and told me he sent a dick pic like last week, and I thought that shit was hilarious. But I've never done it because I always thought like if you want to see my dick, then come see it. That was always my kind of like. I'm not sending you anything. You can send me what you want to send.
I
That's-
receive well.
Yeah, very well, and I compliment as well.
I did
but
not, yeah.
I'm not sending anything. I don't mind being the topic of conversation because, but I don't want to be. Come see it, and we can go from there. That was always my thought process.
Yeah. But T, on the other hand, notorious.
Notorious.
This fool calls themselves a notorious dick pic.
I mean,
They're like notorious B.I.G. and notorious D.I.C.K. This is notorious D.I.C.K. here, dog. You might have to.
oh man. Hey, we said we were gonna keep it 100.
If you don't, I'd be upset.
Yeah, no, it's true story. These happens.
Yeah, I did. I just.
Yeah, I'm not batting 1,000, but if I'm gonna send you a dick pic, it's because I'm pretty sure I'm fucking.
Yeah, but there was.
I've been proven wrong.
Yeah,
I've been proven wrong.
for sure. How long? Well, at what point do you decide? At what point do you decide? Go ahead, Wayne. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask you. At what point do you decide? Like, where do you get? At what? Because you don't bat 1,000. So like, at what point do you think you've turned the corner? Because like the corner was obviously not what you thought it was at some point. But like, at what point are you like, I can send it now? It can't be after you fucked because obviously. So like what? You like second date, third date, like?
Nah. So my
kinda
general
like-
rule is, you show me a couple pics first.
But do you request those? I'm honestly, I'm just like trying to.
Yeah,
I don't do this.
Um,
I might now.
I start hinting. You start hinting at it early.
Like, hey, what's the chance of
Like,
you
what's
sending
up?
me?
Yeah, well, no, not even like that. Just like, oh, usually a chick's,
About to go
young
out.
ladies.
About to go out.
yeah, they're about to go out, right?
Yep.
They're feeling you, so they want to send you headshots, and then from there you're like, oh, well, let me see what you're wearing tonight, and then they show the outfit, and then usually if they're going out that night, they're gonna be licked up, so they're always gonna text you a little bit later when they're drunk.
Always, right?
Oh, right, and then you wait till they're home.
Always.
And you be like, oh, so you start the game then, like, oh, what are you doing? I'm just laying in bed thinking about you, or whatever they want to say.
I like your style.
Yeah.
Hey, you. If you were a woman, that would be the worst voice ever. Just oh my god, oh my god.
I was in
Just
the
don't even
middle
try.
of my voice or that Kevin Hart. Oh my god, what are you doing?
No,
I didn't
just
know which
no.
one.
Yeah, just either I commit to one or the other. I would say because that's fucking weird. But continue. So,
Oh man.
the final update. Snapchat, Mr. West Coast 02. It was available on both. Again, I'm gonna have to go back to Twitter because Robert H 874-938-4445 is not gonna work. Nobody will find me there, and I would suggest you don't. But the final update. So continue, my man. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Where were we?
Just turn in the like when and turn.
Oh, like when do I know I'm
yeah,
not?
and
when
they're
I know
they're
I'm
out
not?
there laying in bed, and then you gave me the voice like, I'm thinking about you, which is weird.
I mean, that's how. I'm not gonna sing you something until I see something.
So you're a receiver before you.
I'm
get
a
it out.
receiver before I'm.
So you're not just like, hey, how was your night? Dick pic.
No. No. I'm not the dude that's gonna send just a dick pic Tuesday morning at 10:30 a.m.
Like, what are you having for breakfast? Dick pic.
Right. So my question was, while I was listening to this, is like, all right, so you got the whole setup, right? She going out. It's like, oh, what you got on? Da-da-da. She sent a pic. Boom. Later on
Damn,
in
you
the
sound
night,
like both of you niggas sound like nasty asses. Excuse me on the niggas, but y'all sound like terrible ass girls. Like,
hey, I'm very happy about that.
yeah, but
I thank you.
yeah. You're
But-
handsome,
Yeah,
both of you,
yeah.
but
Oh,
terrible
thank you.
women.
Thank you. Awful woman here. So you got the setup right. She's going out. She sends the pic. She go out. She get licked up. She go to the crib, and then you start talking. So my question is, why didn't she come to your crib and not to her crib? Why weren't you like, yo, what you doing after? That's my question, because that's more of what I was kind of. I'm not sending you nothing. Like, I'm gonna come to the crib, or you coming over here, and then we go.
Great question. Every time's different. I mean, sometimes they live far.
That's when he's coming home from the bar that we just talked about.
Right.
That's when he's on Twitter like, me,
Yeah.
let me get some, and then he just ends up with dick pics.
It comes to the point where, and then a lot of young ladies' living situation isn't what I'm about to do. Like me personally, I live on my own, so it's like I'm not saying you need to live on your own, but it's just if you got roommates and stuff, I'm not coming over to smash and then bounce with your, I really
Yes,
just
you're a gentleman.
not really a gentleman. I just, at least in my apartment,
I feel
there's
you.
nobody else walking around.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
If
I
I
feel
go to
you,
the
fam.
bathroom at my crib, there's nobody else. If I go to the bathroom at your crib, I might run into your cousin down the hall or some shit. So I'd rather just, if we can't smack at my butt ass nigga at my crib, then I'm just not really trying to do it.
I can feel you on that. That's a real grown man response.
It is, though.
It's a grown man response.
It's
It
just,
is.
but
It
it's
makes
just
sense.
funny to like, I don't know. To me, consider any of us grown men because I've known you guys for so long,
Right.
Right. But just to say that, we just see that. But speaking of, so I
Go
You
ahead.
know what? Let's continue because I was going to change the subject a little bit, but continue because I was
No,
going to
no,
talk
I'm
about.
done. I'm done. Go ahead.
Well, I was
Do
going
what
to say
you
as far as
gotta say.
being grown men, right? We were talking about this, I think, collectively. Just like we all played, like I played football. Me and T played football, and you'll hear our story over time. I'm sure. Wayne was an excellent basketball player in high school, and all of us has had this moment
What?
of clarity. A moment of clarity
Bruh.
in which all of us realize we ain't got none of it.
None
no more.
of it.
None
None.
of it. I, you know what we have? You know what I have? And I have a memory, a very
it's a
good
great.
one.
It's a great memory.
And part of my body remembers until it doesn't. All of a sudden,
No.
my mind remembers
Yeah.
when my left when I want to make a cut to my right, and my my right knee is like no, sir, nah. My hamstring's like nah. What do you play?
Right.
What do you play? I had my moment. I think I was playing I had a flag football league the 3-4 weeks ago, I think it was, and it was cold. I stretched. I thought everything was good. Both of my quads. Now this is when you know you're getting old. Like right, if you did something to like one quad,
Yeah.
right, it's just that quad. You blew it out. You stepped wrong.
Right.
Sir, both of my quads. Let me explain. Both of my quads would not let me move, bro.
Yo.
I had to get out the roller, and as they're
Yo.
playing the game, just roll out my hands. My hamstrings. My quads. Just watching.
Wow.
Just watching. Like these the end of my athletic career. I cannot wait to become a coach.
I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're still gonna try again?
Honestly,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Honestly, no. I go to the gym. I'm gonna try to stay in shape. The one thing I want to do is get not back into. I took a little bit of martial arts classes, like the bare minimum, but I want to get into that again.
Okay.
And I think that's about the extent of athletic, explosive movement because, I played with you, right? Like my whole game in any athletic endeavor I ever did, especially basketball, because the funny thing was I played it like a football player.
Yeah,
and everything
absolutely.
Yeah, I know you know. So everything was explosive stop, right?
Yeah.
And so I explode into everything. I do have fast twitch muscles, but my tendons and all that shit doesn't hold up anymore.
Right.
So it's not worth it for me to explode into, and I don't know half speed. Right, so it's not worth it for me to explode into all these movements, and me to blow out a knee or blow out a hamstring or me to I'm trying to make
You're a very mature man.
I am old for my age. I am old for my age.
Because me.
Oh, you about to get out there tomorrow? You about to get out there tomorrow?
Yeah. I got a game tomorrow night.
Yeah,
and let's just say I can't move at all, bro. When I tell you I be winded. I be so tired, like, yo. But I'm the same way. Like, I go all out. I still give everything I have.
Athletes.
I twisted my ankle.
Yeah, of course.
My ankle still feels
Just
like.
You're like, no, I'm good. Give me the rock.
Yeah, I play the rest of the game.
Give me the rock.
It's tighter.
Yeah, you didn't walk the next
tighter.
No,
tighter, shoot tighter. I'm finishing the game.
I'm 16.
Bro.
Yeah, next day.
That was a
Next day?
mistake, bro. Mm-hmm. So, I did that. Anyways, let's just get off of this. All right? Because my feelings are a little hurt right now. But I will say this. I do still have the inclination to try to go out. Because in my mind, I can still do it.
But
it's
why?
Because you want to know why?
Yeah.
This is it. I think that if I drop, because I am gaining a little weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not real happy about it.
You still look good, baby.
It's here. I appreciate it, brother. But it's the beard. It's hiding it. It's hiding
it's hiding. I see it. I give a shit.
It's hiding the fact.
Yeah.
But I feel like, all right, if I drop this weight and I still can't do it, then it's really over.
But it's hey,
brother, don't take my dream.
There's no championships. There's no fans.
It's a championship in my
head.
head.
There's no money.
Hey, it's a
Yo,
you know it's a championship. When I come home, I'm like, yeah, babe. Like, I feel so good that I come in and I drop that hammer time.
Yeah,
that's really.
Hey, I've seen it. You ain't got to tell me. I told you.
Hammer time.
I already explained that 2 minutes ago. I seen it. I don't know. She's probably dodging you. Like, nah, you're not in that mood, are you? Like,
it's possibility.
She's like, yeah, shit.
I got a runner on my hands.
Yeah, I know. I don't blame her, dog. I'm saying, but you can't. There's got to be another way, man, to get that. Like, play chess or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like,
man.
It's just
it is.
Like you said, you rolled your ankle. Like the last time I played basketball competitively, I was actually in a league.
Yeah.
And by the way, like the most embarrassing moment of the season, wide open layup. Like, I mean, wide open layup. Off the backboard, I was like, this is not my sport. But anyway, last time I played, dude, I rolled my ankle dirty. I mean, dirty.
Yeah.
Purple, green, yellow for days.
See, mine wasn't
it was bad. And I thought to myself, I'm like, dog, I had to take like, a week off of work.
Right.
I was hour at the time. It wasn't salary.
Right.
And so and it just hit me like you said, that's a very mature thought. I'm like, yo, I'm a grown ass man. Like, I got bills to pay.
Right.
I can't afford. Like, I literally cannot afford to be off for a week.
That's true.
For a basketball game, like, which I reiterated, there's no fans and there's no money and there's no one there. I'm like, what am I doing? And I could play, like, still to this day, I played that league I was saying about for football. Mm-hmm. I came back like weeks, the other weeks other than that, the week my quads got fucked on me, I did well.
Yeah.
I still balled.
Yeah.
But I'm not. It just in the whole time I was thinking like, God, I hope I don't get hurt. Like, I hope I don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's a real thought.
Like,
that's real.
Like, if I tear my MCL or tear an ACL, dog, an ACL,
nah,
dog.
I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that.
What? You're limped up for at this point. We're not training like real athletes, so we don't have that recovery. Right. We're down, like legit down for like a year, son.
Man,
think about. Like, and I go play basketball tomorrow, Wayne. Don't let, because anybody.
Is gone from me. I'm not
that.
a singer, guys.
No,
I'm not a singer.
Speaking of,
I'm not a singer.
I'm going to ask you, at some point, I might have you drop a little something like that we can use as our maybe like intro.
Okay, that's cool.
Our intro to slide in.
That. Yeah,
like my boy Wayne,
Hey, yo.
Yeah, give me that sexy voice. You know what I'm saying? That producer shit. So we can get some of that going.
Got you.
But speaking of, man, realistically, the whole reason I wanted you as like our first guest. Honestly, I'm gonna be totally 100. I had a guest lined up that I really wanted. It's one of my closest friends, and when I first brought up even doing a podcast ever, the first idea I ever had was doing it with this dude. He's a explosive little dude. He's one of my best friends. And you get that dude to drink, and it's off to the races. But he's in a situation where he's like, fighting his sobriety right now, and he's going through some things. And I wanted to get him on here to talk about that, and some things fell through. So I don't want to say you were the backup plan, Wayne, because honestly, you were first. You were number one. Me and T sat down. We had the idea of what we're going to talk about, which we'll go through now. But my boy was the wild card, which fighting sobriety, you're going to go through some things every once in a while. So, but now
I'm cool with number 2.
But but I'm telling you, you're number one. You're number one.
I can dig that.
But hopefully we can get him on, because I think that'd be a good podcast. It'd be a good talk, some things that I think people want to listen to. But man, yeah, like I said, I don't have any social media, so I haven't been able to really catch up on what you've been doing.
Right.
And somebody showed me one day a video of you either rapping or singing. I don't remember, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, how have no idea what this dude's up to?
Right.
So, first time I came to your house was last week today.
Yeah.
But we met with you. I met with you at Tyson's birthday party that we talked about, and coming in here, man, you've done, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
I've known you for too long, and I love you, and I'm proud of you, what you've got set up here. Just you own this place.
Yeah.
You got a studio in here. Again, thank you again for allowing us to be in here.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Tell me about kind of that journey, what it's been like. Some of the artists maybe you want to plug here that other people should listen into.
Okay.
Just all that, man.
So it all started
Put you on the spot, son.
back in 1970.
And it better be a good story.
Nah, but honestly, it's crazy, man, because when I knew you, I didn't do anything musically at all, except for dance. You know what I'm saying? But we all did that. And it was just crazy because, so basically to start all this shit off, as far as me doing music or anything, I was depressed as hell. I was super depressed. I didn't know I was depressed. I think I went to college depressed.
Really?
I
Really?
went into college depressed.
You went to Xavier, right?
Yeah. I went to Xavier University in New Orleans.
Big ups,
Shout out,
big
shout
ups,
out,
big
shout
ups.
out.
You think you left Santa Clarita depressed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's shocking to me. Why? What
Just
what would have
because,
brought that on? Because you went right. Did you go to any junior college?
No,
or
I
anything?
went straight to college.
Right out of high school.
Yeah.
So you were depressed in high school.
I think so. I think I didn't know I was though.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I didn't know I was.
I definitely didn't. And
Yeah.
we were close then.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is, man?
I think because of what I witnessed. Like, I witnessed domestic violence. I saw my dad put hands on my mom.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it wasn't something that I talked about a lot. And since I was into acting and I was into dancing and I was into doing all these different things, that was just an outlet for me.
You were able to mask it a little bit?
Yeah. I didn't have to. And I was the class clown. Like,
you're lovable. There's a difference.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
you're
true.
lovable.
That's true. That's true. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. But I get you. No, I get you. Yeah.
So it was something that I masked, and I think going into college, I kind of had the same kind of thing where I was lovable, and I was fun, and I was outgoing, and I was doing all these different things, and then Hurricane Katrina happened.
Yeah, you were there for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that kind of is what sparked all of it. Like, it just kind of started to seep out.
Because you could see depression and see it around you.
Yeah.
Really? Is that was that part of it?
It was like, dang, I lost my home.
Yeah.
Like, and I was living there at the time in college, so I feel like I lost everything.
How bad was Xavier? Were you on campus? Like, were you on the dorm on campus?
No, I was living in an apartment. Well, I was living with my grandmother, actually. I stayed with my grandmother, yeah.
Okay.
When the hurricane hit, it was my...
Is she still with us?
No, she passed away. But she did stay in a trailer until her house was rebuilt, and she was able to move back into her house.
Okay. Well,
So
big
that
ups
was
to her
pretty dope.
anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right?
That's my G.
Yeah.
But my granny, hey, I thought I meant gangster. So
You can't see the movements. I wish you'd have seen this little dance.
You would have seen it.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing. But yeah, man. After that, I moved back to California, and I felt like I moved back to California. I moved to Santa Clarita at first, and I was like, I hate this place.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, I got to get out of here.
We grew up there and everything, and it's great if you're trying to like have a family and everything. But like and we'll talk about living there, growing up,
Yeah.
But like if you're just trying to like live as a normal like have a social life.
Right.
Nah, nope.
That wasn't it. Especially coming
Not
from
as a black man either.
right. And I went to HBCU, historically.
Oh,
Black
so
College
you came
University.
back.
So I came back.
You came
like,
back, all brother.
super brother.
All brother.
Super
you came
brother,
back, all
like,
brother.
Like,
yeah.
who are you? You're different. Like, yeah.
Yes,
I'm
I am.
black.
I'm real black now. I'm real black now. We're going to get into that later, too. That's funny, bro.
Oh man.
That's
And
funny.
so, but yeah. So basically, to sum it up, I started writing music. What started off as poetry, and then I started writing music, and then I started recording the music, and I started listening back to it, and it was like, oh, I'm depressed.
Really?
Yeah.
Just wow. So wow, that's huge to me. So just writing the music, hearing it back, was it the lyrics or more
It
like
was the lyrics.
Really?
It was the lyrics and the emotion behind
yeah,
it.
Yeah, what you felt like you put into it.
Yeah, because it was painful.
Wow.
And so it's like I have
Music's so beautiful.
songs. I have songs that I'm like, I don't really know if anybody's like needs to hear this because
Like
it's
that,
so
huh?
it's so
So
close
personal?
to me. You know what I'm saying? Even reading it out loud, I had to do it the other day. I read something that I wrote for my grandmother, and I was like, it got me kind of choked up, and I was like, this is like. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read the rest of it. Like I'm just
Sure.
gonna stop right here. You know what I'm saying? But music really healed me, and now I'm able to create fun music
Sure.
again.
Yeah.
And like the colors are brighter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so that's what kind of forced me to create this studio. And this is really dope to me. Like seeing both of y'all in here recording your podcast. Like I'm kind of sitting back. Like this is why I built this place.
Dude, like I said, I can't thank you enough, man. And it's beautiful in here.
Yeah.
And your journey, like just hearing all that is like, you had a dream, you had an idea, you know, and to think that like you were, I can't, like that blows. I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
I'm mind blown because we were close then.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought it.
Mhm.
You were easily one of the stronger people like in my mind. You feel me? Like one of
Yeah.
the strong people I knew. I felt like I could rely on you.
Yeah.
Like if I needed to call you for something like that, I knew Wayne would be there.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I viewed you that way, I would have never thought you were depressed.
Right. No, I can get that too. And I think that's why I work. So I currently work in mental health. And that's why I
Yeah.
think that I work in this field is because, and I lived the life that I lived as well,
Mhm.
because it made me stronger so that I can be stronger for other people. Like
Mhm.
I've always been the uplifter. I've always been the I'll be there for you. I've always been the,
Always.
and so me going through certain things taught me how to be better at it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so working in this field now, like I have an affinity to like young black men, and I want to lift them up and encourage them because it's like if you ain't got nobody, I understand because so much was going on in my family. Yeah, I have like 10 siblings, but so much was going on in my family. I felt like I grew up an only child because my mom and dad were fighting. My little brothers were babies, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to protect them
Yeah.
as much as I can. And it was just, it all kind of just hit me at once
Yeah.
after Hurricane Katrina.
Sure.
And so that made me think about like, I probably didn't think I was depressed in high school. I probably didn't know I was depressed in high school.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm
probably
saying?
you're probably not the
But-
only one.
But
yeah.
thinking back on it,
Sure.
I was like, okay, maybe I could see certain things. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had certain self-esteem issues. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
With what? What did you think? What do you
Um,
think you were inadequate in? If I can pick the brain
Of
of a
weed.
depressed man,
Yeah, of a formerly depressed man.
formerly depressed man.
What
What would you think? I mean, you don't. If you don't know,
I think in high school it was probably more like just had to do with self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to anything.
See, that's. I would have never picked up on that.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, it was a good mask. I would have never picked up on that.
But I call myself the ultimate chameleon.
Yeah.
That I can fit
Mhm.
into anything, any circumstance that
Mhm.
I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And really be like, all right, well, I'll just be this.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where it's like I don't care I'm gonna be myself. Like I don't care to be anybody else.
You know what I think? I think now that you say that, since after like I saw you when you came back from college and like the last time we kind of reconnected, I felt a presence from you. There was a point where you got swole, son.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm remembering. There was a point where you got swole, son,
Yeah.
and I was like at that point I was like, oh, okay, Wayne's in here, like Wayne's not, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, what's up, Wayne? Like Wayne's in the building because you probably left high school at like, I mean, I wasn't big, but I was probably bigger than you,
Yeah, you were.
right? So like I was probably 155.
Yeah, I was probably
You can-
like 140.
Yeah, you were 140, 145.
Yeah.
When I seen you, you were swollest. You couldn't have been less than 200.
No, I was definitely 200.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
easy. Son.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I kind of got on a kick
Yeah.
for a little minute. I was in New Orleans, man. The food was bomb, and it was fat
Nah,
as
you
hell.
were in swell.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
but you were
working out.
hitting the weights too.
No,
Yeah.
I was definitely hitting the weight.
Yeah.
I was definitely shout out to Jude, shout out to Jamil. Them dudes got me big, man.
Yeah. Just hope there was no needles involved.
No
Okay,
needles,
all right,
no
all right,
needles
all
at
right,
all,
all right.
no needles at all.
Just make sure. No, I got this.
I'm clean.
But elaborate kind of on what you do because I think that's a big deal. I think I've been, from what I understand, from what you told me, you kind of reach out to victims of crime in the first place. Like you're like almost like the first responder after the fact. Like, now it's not a first responder, but as far as therapy goes, you're almost like the first responder.
Right.
You're the first one to reach out,
Right.
and you built a curriculum around that, from what I understand. That's big. And you said kind of coming from what you realized was a depressed time in your life.
Right.
Sure you were able to build that curriculum from an empathy standpoint.
Exactly, absolutely.
Talk about let me hear about
and
that.
so I do work with victims of crime. I am, as far as point of contact, I'm like what they consider a case manager, and so I do like behavior modification. So say for instance, I'm working with somebody who, because they went through a crime, they isolate themselves now because they're scared to go out. I basically teach them how to reacclimate into society.
Got it. Yeah, that's
so
deep.
I give
that's
them, like,
that's helpful,
you
man.
know, different skills, coping skills. How do you breathe? How do you notice your surroundings? All these different things I teach. So basically life skills, and I love it, man. It's hard work. It's definitely taxing at times.
Yeah,
it
I would,
can
to
be
say the
very,
least, it sounds
very
like, right?
overwhelming. But I will, and I appreciate my wife for this. I did take a whole year off from doing that work. And that allowed me to build this studio and develop my curriculum and finish a whole album and do. So shout out to my wife because she's amazing.
Man,
but
there's always a strong woman behind a good man.
Hey, brother,
a
you
million
ain't
%.
lying.
Yeah,
you ain't lying.
You can't.
She's strong. She's
I ain't
African. She got that African Congo blood in her.
Wakanda
Wakanda
forever.
forever. But so yeah, I did that, and then I wrote a curriculum since I was able to. What I like to do is figure out what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like,
You
I can
have to,
teach
right?
you.
You have to personalize it.
Yeah, like I can teach you how to deep breathe, but I mean, brothers ain't really deep breathing like that. Like that's not what.
Yeah.
Unless you can associate it with something. Like, okay, if you're athletic, let's go for a run.
Sure.
You see the way you're breathing?
You build
That's
it.
how you deep
build it
breathe.
deeper. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's really crucial. Like, I've over the past few years, you probably wouldn't know this, but I've gotten into yoga a little bit.
Okay.
And there's certain breathing. There's a certain breathing technique called like the Wim Hof technique, and it's predicated just so I'm basing the way I think it. And if I send this out and people are listening to it, they're gonna kill me. But I think the way it works is you take a full breath in and you release what you would consider 10%, and then you full breath in 10%, full breath in 10%, and what you do is you're expanding your lungs at the top of it.
Wow.
And it opens it and just contracts a little bit, then opens and contracts a little bit. And realistically, what it is, it's the whole thing that like runner's high is, and like you get just from like working out and all that stuff. It's a release, just kind of. I mean, you just try it one day, and it definitely helps. Just to kind of release tension inside you, But like
that's dope.
I'll tell you who I've never seen at any of those yoga classes. I went, any brothers that look like they probably could use that. You know what I'm saying? Like as you say, brothers aren't using that. So like it's a technique that's just like weird, but like you said, breathing is a big deal for that.
It is a big deal, and I actually just started doing yoga more.
What's your opinion on it?
I love it
As a black man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's dope. I actually think that we, as black men, we need to do a lot more things that we think is weird or taboo, or our black people don't do that.
Spread your wings.
Yeah,
Spread your
basically.
wings.
You know what I'm saying?
Reach
I
out.
absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
But yoga is dope. Yoga's really dope. And that's a part of, so I started doing that because now I'm back at my old job again, and we're working on this like creative arts curriculum. And so a part of the creative arts curriculum is yoga. So they're teaching us yoga at work. So it's dope. But the curriculum that I created too was because I did music. For me,
I'm getting a bunch of ads on Snapchat as friends, just so you know.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
You added me already, dog.
That's pretty amazing.
They're all my family members. Though,
It doesn't matter.
not that cool?
It doesn't matter. It works. It works. It
All right,
definitely works.
Yeah, keep up. Sorry.
And
I didn't mean to
you're
interrupt
good.
you,
No,
bro.
you're good. You're
I'm
good.
excited, dog.
I'm excited
It's
for you.
Terrence
I see them.
Hey,
He's
Terrence
not
Hopkins.
lying.
Hey, yo, hey.
He's not lying. He's not
Terrence
lying.
Hopkins, my co-host, just added me on Snapchat, dog. My life's complete. It can end now, and it's all good.
Hey, it work. I'm gonna do it too.
Oh shit!
In a minute.
I'm
In a
about to be
minute, because
rich.
I can't do
Fi-
two things at once.
Yeah, finish your story.
So I wrote my curriculum based around music and acting and dancing and the things that I used to do growing up, and that still make me happy to this day.
Sure.
So I found what was good for me, and just like it has to be good for somebody else, whatever it is, I help kind of identify what that is, and we build off of that.
You have to, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
have to.
that's pretty much how the curriculum works and what I do in mental health. Aside from, like, I'm about to get back into everything. Like, as far as the music, I'm about to put something out. I'm actually shooting a video this Saturday.
Where?
In Lamar Park.
I'm okay. I'm embarrassed, and everyone's gonna be so pissed. I'm like from Los Angeles, born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and tell me where Lamar Park is.
Okay, so Lamar Park. Lamar Park is like in the Crenshaw district. It's like Crenshaw and like Stalker.
Got you. No, that okay. We're good though.
Okay.
I'm good. I know LA enough to be like, I got you now.
Yeah.
But off the name, I was like, huh?
right. Like, where is that?
Oh,
It's
it's
not
space.
actually-
That makes sense.
It's not actually. It's not too far from where where Mark's grandmother used to live.
Yeah.
Off
Yep.
Slauson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you used to live up.
Yeah. In Windsor Hills. My grandmother lived up
Okay,
there.
I was like, why do I feel like you live in that
Yeah,
same area,
yeah.
right up the hill, right there?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I don't know. I can't remember why we got on that, but
Where you shooting the video? Where you shooting the video?
Oh,
Where you
yeah.
shooting the video?
So I'm
Damn,
shooting a
this-
video,
This is how that high shit happens.
right. I'm shooting a video. Actually gonna shoot it at my mom's crib. And use a lot of her aesthetic because she has a lot. I want it to feel like New Orleans.
Okay.
So a lot of it has New Orleans memorabilia
Sure.
around the place.
Yeah. Do you need me to be in it, by the way?
Hey, brother. Yeah. If y'all want to come down and be in it, ain't gonna be no like stripping or booty shaking, but you know.
I mean, but I'll do that if you want me to. Oh, you weren't talking about
I
me from the
actually
start?
was.
You
I
weren't
actually
talking from the
was
start? Yeah, I
kinda
mean, I'm down.
referring.
Yeah, I thought that's why I thought it was coming.
Hey, come do it.
Mm.
So okay.
Yeah, dollars.
But yeah, I'm shooting my first video on Saturday, and I'm trying to start using the social media a lot more for that. I want to do a lot with the curriculum. I want to do a lot with this business. My wife and I are planning on launching, and I'm looking forward to life.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not, dude. Like I said, that's the reason. First of all, once you get all that done, you know, we'll blast that out on whatever social media we got going, you know, for our podcast.
Yes,
Which
sir.
we'll give you all that information towards the end at some point. Like,
Right,
Whatever.
right.
But yeah, man. You know, I want to be a part of what you're doing, just the same way like you're a part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, just make all this shit happen, man. And it's good to reconnect with you. And just to
Absolutely. This is
about
dope.
all this, hear about all this you got going on. So yeah, man. I know one of the things T brought up that we kind of wanted to talk about, and the way T, and it's funny too, because like the way T kind of brought it up, and this is how the whole idea spawned, is we were sitting on the couch, kind of rapping about what we want to talk about with you, and he was like, "Yo, let's talk about what like the N-word means," and I'm a half black, half white man, so like I got like a different perspective than I'm sure both you guys do, right? And it's funny, Wayne. You might not remember this. I have a distinct memory of a party we were at where we were like 16, and like some 26, like 270-pound fat white dude called you a nigger, and I was like, what? Like what? Like it was in the midst of some chaos, and we were just like, dude, we're like 16, just drunk here. Like get the fuck away from us. And we just got. I mean, you're like, yeah. I mean, you went off, but I was like, yeah, we got like I was like, let's get out of here before like this gets stupid. But I thought it was funny to me though that or not funny, interesting. That's how I would view it. That T, like he phrased it in that way, right? Like he was almost uncomfortable saying like, hey, let's talk about what the word nigger means. He said, let's talk about what the N-word means to us, And it kind of evolved to the point where I was thinking like, we could talk about how it was for us, like what our experiences were. Growing up in a very Caucasian suburb of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I mean, like we consider it Los Angeles County, whatever. We might say that if we go out of state, but we didn't live in Los Angeles by any stretch. We lived in a very secluded, upper class.
It's a white area. It's a lot of
Caucasian area, and and I just thought we could just kind of expand on what it was like for us in that situation, kind of growing up in that situation. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I even before I moved to Santa Clarita, I mean, I lived in Simi Valley, which is basically the same thing as the Santa Clarita Valley. So I mean, I got to Santa Clarita in 8th grade, and went to junior high called Sierra Vista, and I was the only person that looked like me in the whole school.
At Sierra Vista?
Right, which I was comfortable with because it was the same thing that I experienced at Simi Valley. So it's almost to the point where I guess Caucasians would be the norm. Like that's what I was used to. That's what I grew up with. That was just every day, so I could interact with them no problem. It wasn't until I guess I got older, 15, 16, you start to develop as a man, and I realized that just driving around Santa Clarita, just walking around, like the people out there are looking at me in a different light. I'm not just a boy anymore. I am a black man who's 6'1", 245 pounds at the time.
Yeah.
Best shape of my life. Thank you, Harry Welch. We'll get into that much later. So
yeah, you'll hear that story, I'm sure, at some point.
It was just different. I would be walking home or walking to the store, and I would pass a young Caucasian lady, and she would move her purse to the other side, away from me. And it took me a little bit of time to kind of understand, like, why? Like, I'm not gonna rob you. I'm not taking anything. I live up the street. Like, I'm just going home. So
you speak very well too. If she was just asked you for like the time.
Yeah.
What time it is, young man?
Right.
Should have heard how nice and sweet you are.
Yeah, very polite kid. I mean, you can't see me, but I'm a big teddy bear. So I didn't really understand why it was like that. And then I really had no issues in high school. Everybody was, for the most part, nice to me.
That's because you could have whooped most people's ass. Like,
Yeah.
You're not a small human being. Anybody walking up to you
That's
calling you a nigger, you know what I'm saying?
true,
That's just
true.
not
and
happening.
At the same time, I mean, like, all my real friends are a year older than me. So the Robs, the Wayne, the Brandon, the Mark, the Freds, like, I hung out with the older kids. So I guess, I was like little brother, so nobody really messed with me on that part.
Fred was big too.
Fred was a big boy too.
So just having Fred around that's a
Yeah.
big deterrent to the N-word.
Yeah, so honestly, like, in the Santa Clarita Valley, like, I really had no issues, man. I had some issues in college, but I was later on. I'll get into that a little bit later, but like for you, Wayne, in the Santa Clarita Valley, did you experience anything besides what Rob was talking about earlier?
Do you remember that, by the way?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would, because it was I was when T brought it up, he was I said it. I was like, I bet Wayne won't even remember that, because it was just like a drunken night. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
us underage drinking at a party.
I don't
And
know
the
if I
party.
was drunk. I didn't drink in high school.
Really?
Mm-mm. I didn't start drinking for real until I got to college. I drank
Well,
every now and then.
let's I didn't either. for the sake of conversation.
Hey.
So, but yeah, no, I distinctly remember, but it was in the mix of some chaos. That's the thing. Like, when I don't want to say bullets are flying, because that's a gross misunderstanding. Like, but there was like a fight broke out, some shit was happening, and it seemed like whatever party we were at, I don't remember what house it was. Do you remember where? It doesn't matter. It was. I don't remember what house it was, but as the fight broke out, I think it was someone's house who was trying to clear everyone out.
Okay.
And just kind of like scream like get the fuck out of here, you fucking nigger. And you went off, and I was like, yeah, but he's like, both of us combined. Like, it's not really the time for that.
Right,
you gotta
right,
be smart
right.
about that. So I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. But yeah, man, talk about like I'm surprised. I'm not surprised you don't remember that. I have like a weird memory of weird shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's like how shit was. Like, it wasn't. A
It
big
definitely
deal for
was
that
like
shit
that.
To go down like
It definitely was, because I remember we lived next door to Skinheads. When I
legitimately?
first, like, legitimately, it
in
was
that
Skinheads.
apartment complex.
No, when we lived on Rosehaven. This is like back in like junior high, maybe.
Yeah,
When we lived in down Soledad.
they come over to borrow some sugar.
Yeah. Right. So it was interesting. I never really had any interaction with them, but they were skinheads, like straight up and down. I think that my experience in Santa Clarita, I definitely knew it was present, but I just didn't pay attention to it that much.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wasn't really affected, but because I had so many good friends who were white.
Yeah, like I would say it was present, but it was fringe.
Yeah.
It was really fringe. Like,
Yeah.
Like most people were really cool. Like,
It definitely happened though.
Yeah, oh, it happened. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that instance of the thing.
Right.
But like again, I'm saying, as I said, people are really cool. That's from my perspective, right? Because nobody was clutching their purse when I walked by them.
Right.
I'm much lighter.
That's
you know what
true.
I'm saying? So nobody's clutching their purse. So I can't really say people were cool. But for the most part, I didn't see it in no crazy ass fashion.
Right.
But it was more subtle to me. Like, not too.
Oh, absolutely.
As it is, I guess, in the overall picture of things. People aren't walking around like, hey, nigga, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
that's not
Right,
it's not
right,
like that
right.
if they don't like you. It's more just they're not, you're not going to get, the opportunities or whatever, just whatever it might be.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that. I think I noticed it more after college though.
When you came
Like
back.
when I came back,
Really?
I started to notice it more. Like just in different. So I think that being so young and just
I was gonna say
out and like just having a good time.
Yeah, nobody
like,
cares about a
Stuff
teenager.
happens, but it's like I don't
You're a
give shit.
teenager.
Like, yeah,
What are
I
you
don't
gonna do?
care.
It's a teenager.
But like as a grown man,
Yeah.
you're definitely getting pulled over by the cops all the time.
And being swole as fuck. People got, you know what I'm saying? People got nervous because you were swole as fuck.
I was light skinned though. I was light skinned. I was lighter than I am now.
But swole as fuck.
That's true.
You were intimidating at that point.
Or maybe I was. But I think that I noticed it more, even with, and I won't mention the friend's name because I'm sure he'll hear this. But hanging out with a family member of his, and it kind of went down. Like, oh, I got this. We went up to his place, and he's like, I got this nigger at my house, and he was kind of like joking about it, and I was like, looking at the homie, like, you're not gonna tell that shit's your family. You ain't gonna tell him nothing.
Yeah.
And he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And so ever since then, it's been kind of weird between us. For me, I don't know how he feels about it. But
I'm gonna need you to tell me who that is off air, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. But I definitely saw it happen, and I definitely witnessed it happen. I
Yeah.
think that I became more aware since I went to a black college.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah.
even there in New Orleans, like it's a fine line. There was a white club that a white bar that college people would go to, so we would try to go there. They'd be racist.
They've been yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, but being in Santa Clarita, I don't think I paid attention to it that much.
Sure.
But I definitely always said nigga.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a problem if anybody else said nigga that wasn't black.
That's so funny. You segued that. I was because like that's literally a topic I wanted to bring up while like I had written it down. So it's
Yeah.
weird you segued right into that because me as an adult now, like I was telling T this, like I grew up like and I'm sure my story will get out over time, but I grew up in a black household. Right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
with my brother Mark, right? So there was a point when I said nigga all the time, and I still say nigga all the time. And like if we're kicking it right here and we're talking, I'm gonna say nigga. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is. But I realize how light I am,
Mm-hmm.
and in my days now, in my life now, if I'm conscious. I have dropped it with black folks I don't know like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I can automatically whether they I've never had anybody look at me like, yo, you obviously can't use that word. I'd be like, I would explode.
Yeah.
You're having a problem with
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
right? But they don't really say anything, but I think it's conscience, my own conscience,
Yeah.
that I'm like, damn, I just dropped that, and I'm not cool with this dude like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And,
That's interesting.
right? Isn't that weird to me? Like I wasn't. I don't know I don't know when that developed in me.
I don't know either, because I think since I've always just been around you and that's just
Mhm.
how we talk,
Yeah.
I would never have known that.
Yeah, but just recently, like not just I don't know if it's like me just being more conscious of like myself in an area around people or whatnot.
Mhm.
But I remember when I first moved to Hollywood, I lived right off of Hollywood, like Hollywood and Cherokee. If anyone knows what that is, it's literally one block over from Hollywood and Highland, like
Yeah.
the Boulevard. And in the first month I moved there, I was trying to get some beer. I go to like the local spot, and I'm like in a rush. I'm trying to get a Dodger game and shit. And this brother's behind the counter. I'm like, yo, you got 6-pack, whatever you got? And he's like, no, we don't. You don't want to sell beer here. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? You don't sell beer? It's a liquor store. It's a convenience store. You don't sell beer here? And they're like, yo. And he looked at me like dead serious. He's like, yo, you're not from here? And I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, but I
Yeah.
don't frequent Hollywood. I didn't know. And I was like, nigga, I'm from here. That's my exact. that was my exact response.
Yeah.
Right. But he didn't say anything. He was just like, we don't sell beer. But in my head, I was like, damn. Like, I'm light enough to where he don't know me like that, right?
Right.
Like, so if he wanted to take offense to that, I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't. I on a certain level, I'd like blame him. Like, dog, come, like, trust me, I got to pass.
Yeah.
But I get it, like, on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? And that's weird to me, though. Like,
That's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to me
Isn't
to
it?
hear, because I don't think, like, you look black. You know what I'm
see,
saying?
and that's what T said.
So
but
you
like,
look-
but I've gotten Latino a lot. Like, I get it Latino a lot, and I
Well,
get
that depends on where you are, though. I think around black people, I think if a black person saw you, has a black person told you that you look Latino? Or has a Latino
probably
person
at some
told
point. No, at some point, I'm sure I've had a black person tell me that I look a little bit Latino. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what?
'Cause-
Females,
Right.
black women, will tell
Okay.
me that I look Latino.
Okay. So I don't think that you look Latino at all. I mean, it could be because I know your
No,
black
yeah,
family.
See, I think so you
but
know what? Yeah.
but even if I saw you, I don't think it would be an issue if I heard you say nigga.
Yeah.
Like, cause and then,
And
but I'm coming from a different place too. Like being from New Orleans, people, my family is just, you see my mom.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
she's
saying? So
light.
they're
Beautiful,
light,
though.
right? They're
Beautiful though. Shout out. Shout out.
What's up, ma? What's up,
Shout
ma?
out, yeah.
What's up, ma? My whole family
Yeah.
is lighter than you.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they all it's nigga this, nigga that.
Yeah.
Da.
Sure.
So I think me coming from a different place, maybe that could be why. But I just don't think so. I do think it's a conscious thing. I think
it's me.
Yeah.
I think it's me. Yeah. I could again.
But you got to ask yourself too: are you uncomfortable with the word in general?
See, and that's what because I dive deep. Like that's how I am. I'm introspective. Like
Yeah.
if I think something's weird, I want to know why I think
Yeah.
that's weird. And I don't know. And I'm thinking maybe it's a part of me, right, that just thinks like I'm so like God damn, maybe I'm not hanging around enough niggas that I can say nigga enough that I'm starting to feel self-conscious about it. Because like I remember, and I probably shouldn't say this, but like the first time I got I'm a manager of a valet company. I run a hotel, blah blah blah. I got a black valet, and I remember the first time we were talking shit, and I was like, nigga, what? And he was like, did you call me nigga? And I was like, I did. Are we cool or are you going to HR? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we cool or not? And he was totally cool with it, but he just didn't see it coming because I'm slick as shit. You'll see me next week when we have homie's girl come in. She's a
Shout
fashion
out to
designer, so
Tamia.
I'm gonna be
I love
to
you,
the
baby girl.
nines. So those fake ass Twitter, Instagram pictures that you see right now, I'm gonna knock it out the party next week. Don't you worry. To the nines, baby. Anyway, forgot what I was talking about. I got all excited about actually dressing up for one day.
You called your valet a nigga.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. So anyway, he looked at me like, yo, like, yeah, but it was cool. He was cool. He was totally cool with it. But it was one of those moments. I mean, I realized like, damn, I can't just throw that out there all willy nilly and shit.
So you for sure think a black woman has said that you look Hispanic?
Oh no, I have had a black woman tell me that.
That's crazy.
That I look more Latino than anything.
I-
But is it though? Like we like for the podcast, like we'll take a picture of my face directly and put it up tonight. But like I don't. To me, right? I don't think I have necessarily black features. And I like when I was younger, and this dead truth. When I was younger, and we'll get into like my mom and kind of like her background and stuff like that. But I was under the impression that it was possible my father wasn't my father, right? Because like we'll over time we'll put up baby pictures. Like I look like a like a white fucking blonde-haired, green-eyed, like white little baby. But I just didn't think my facial features was my father. The older I got, homie, like I am that man's spitting image. But I didn't think when I was younger that I was, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was a possibility of it,
I feel you.
Yeah. So damn, I'm starting to ramble on. How do we even get to that point? What were we talking about? I lost you too. Wait, no.
So we were talking about shit. I might have lost it too.
Oh
no,
shit.
we were talking about you being
Uncomfortable saying
no, it wasn't that. It was black women telling you
Yeah.
that you look.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So my features to me aren't necessarily like standout black. Like this is I'm gonna get stereotypical. Like I don't have like a wide nose, right? Like I got lips, but they're not huge, right? I don't know. I just don't feel like I have stereotypical black male features. I mean, I hate to use names, but Brandon Fusilier, right? He's lighter than me, right?
Right,
But you would look at him instantly and be like, he's a black man. You know what I mean? High yellow. My nigga's high yellow.
Yeah.
But a black man. You
Shout
look at
out
him-
to Fuse.
Shout out to Big Fuse. Damn, my bad. Hitting the mic and shit. Shout out to Big Fuse if you ever hear this. But you would look at him instantly, right? Lofton. Damn.
Ooh.
I forgot about that situation. But if you looked at him, right, like instantly, you'd be like, black man. But he's lighter than me. Like complexion-wise, he's lighter than me. And so I don't think I have that. I don't have that instantaneous look at me and know, oh, you're a black man.
I disagree. And
Yeah,
there is
and it's hard to image myself, right?
There's one black feature that you do have, my man.
What's that?
You have the black man hairline.
Receding like
Receding
a
black man
motherfucker.
hairline or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I got the same thing.
That is a black feature.
That is a black man's feature.
Wayne's holding on for dear life, though.
Wayne's solid.
Wayne's solid.
He's solid.
Yeah, for his age, he's
solid. For his
rocking.
age, he's solid.
He's rocking.
He's solid.
Yeah.
What you call? I think that I be cutting my own hair and stuff. So I be trying to keep it up. I shampoo it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out that Shea Butter shampoo. But nah, I think that it could be because, and this is getting stereotypical again. You don't dress like a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I think that might be
Like I wear a belt.
more.
Oh
than,
damn! I'm gonna get shit for that. I'm gonna get shit for that. I'm gonna get shit for that.
They
But
wear
I-
belts. They just sag.
Is
But-
that how it is? Nah, dang, I sound so out of touch, dog. Like I never sagged my pants in my life. Oh my
Right,
god.
right.
God, I sound so out of touch.
Rob the Black.
Yeah,
The
former.
but
Formerly known as.
right, formerly known as. But
Yeah.
you gotta. I think that's more of what it is. I think that it's just the style is different than
What I was.
what people would think to see how a black man is supposed to dress.
Yeah.
And I say that because, when I first moved back out here,
Mhm.
this girl was like, "Yo, where you from?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm from New Orleans, but I've been living here for a minute."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I could tell because you don't dress like you from here."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Really?
talking about like
Yeah.
what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? But I think that might have had something to do with it more than
Sure.
your facial features, because I have a black man's nose. I have
Beautiful,
a big
beautiful black
nose.
Beautiful black
But
man's
you
nose.
don't have a small nose either.
I don't. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But you definitely like, and it's so funny that was because even when you were saying it before you started talking about being a spitting image of your dad, I was
Dude.
thinking about him, and I was like, he's definitely
Dude.
black.
Like so,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I look at you, I see him.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even seeing him the other day, I was like, yo, like he's still him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he is still him.
So it's just crazy, but yeah, that's kind of all I had to speak on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's weird that that I've had that like self-conscious moment. Like to me, it is weird every time it happens to me. And I think I'm more self-conscious about using the word nigga, like I said, and nigga, not nigger, which
not
yeah,
ER.
not a, which er, if you didn't know, was a distinction.
Yeah.
But like I said, to bring it all home, like I just thought it was funny that that T, being a black man,
Yeah.
still didn't feel whether that's how it came off or not. It just seemed to me that he didn't feel comfortable using the word nigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you felt that way because it was you? Like I didn't feel comfortable using
No,
the
no,
word
no,
because
no,
of you?
no.
Oh.
I feel like you
Just in
didn't-
general.
You just don't drop it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm a nigga that says nigga a lot.
Sure.
Sure. And that's I feel like it's our word. We took ownership of it. And at the same time, to me it's just a word, I don't lose sleep over it if somebody else wants to call me that and that's
Yeah.
what gets you off, that's what makes you feel better as a person.
Yeah.
I'm not going to at this point in my life, I'm not going to get mad. That's not going to get a rise out of me. It hasn't always been like that, but I say for the last like 6-7 years since I've been doing like this customer service stuff, like I've heard it all, I've seen it all, and
Customer
I'm
service
not
will do
going to
that.
give you the power to make me feel some type of way over a word. To me, I know what it means. I know what it means when I say it to Rob. I know what it means when I say it to you, Wayne. I know what it means when I say it to Brandon. You're my nigga. Like, you're my friend. I care about you. Like, that's what the word is. Like, you calling me a nigger, cool. Okay, I'm black. Thank you. Like, you're telling me what I already know. Like it doesn't. And I don't know how many people view it like this. I might be sitting on the perch by myself, but I'm not gonna give anybody, and not to sound racist because I'm not gonna give a Caucasian person that power
Or just anybody.
or just anybody.
Yeah. Because trust me,
'Cause,
there'll be
somebody-
there'll be someone other than a Caucasian that'll
Right.
say that
Oh,
trying
easily,
to get a
easily.
rise.
And I'm just not gonna give anybody that power.
Well,
and it's just
It's funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
you're
brother.
good. You're good.
It's funny you say that because that's the exact, and it's, that was part of this discussion. Like I wanted to be able to drop this point, but it's weird that like, it doesn't. I don't know. Again, like I almost feel like I have to validate my blackness being as light as I am. I almost feel like I can't say this, but I wish.
I think that's just in your head, bro.
I think so,
It's
right?
in your head, dog.
But I just wish-
you're black, dog.
Yeah, I just wish. But see, the thing is, because I don't think I've ever experienced to the level in which I've seen it happen to Wayne, like
Right,
with
right.
my own two eyes. So I feel like maybe because I don't live the same experience that I've seen it happen to him, that I'm validated in the same way. Maybe that's in my head. But what I wanted to say real quick is that I wish black folks had the ability to look at the word nigger as nothing but a word, as if I was calling Wayne's intelligent, right? So if I call Wayne stupid, he's gonna look at me like, "What are you, 6?" Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
like, what are you 6? I'm smart and I know that. That's what you call somebody when you're 6. I'm okay, move on, dummy. So I feel like it's the same thing. Someone calling you a nigger, they're essentially 6 in their head. In their head, they're mentally 6.
Yeah.
They've never graduated to the point where you can insult me like a man. If you could use your words and insult, what are you trying to do by calling me a nigger? You trying to fight me? Okay, use your words and insult me intelligently. If that's what you want, insult me intelligently, and I'll break your goddamn nose. But using the word nigger, I'm like, you're just dumb. You're
Yeah.
just dumb. It's like calling me an astronaut. I'm not that. So it's like, what are you trying to do?
For me, it definitely, I can feel a tinge when I hear it.
Right away.
Oh, I feel it
Which
immediately.
again, and I think subconsciously there's that just
Yeah.
hearing it.
Yeah, I hear. No,
which is
well,
why
no,
he
not,
didn't say
not if a black person says it, I don't have a problem with it at all.
Oh, you're saying from a white folk.
From a white
Well, yeah.
person, if I hear it from
Okay.
a white person,
Oh, yeah.
even because I've had clients,
Mhm.
some Hispanic clients, and they were like nigga, and they were using it the same way that we use it.
Yeah,
And I was like,
which is a weird phenomenon.
Weird
That
too.
weird phenomenon. That,
it's
like,
weird. It's
like,
weird.
I don't want to hate on like Latinos or anything like that, but it's a weird
It's-
phenomenon that they
it's-
just use that like it's no big deal.
It's weird. It's very weird. And so when I heard it, but I was like, in the role that I have to play at work, I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, of
all
course.
right, I'm gonna sit back, but I don't like this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it gets to a point where I need to say it, I'm gonna say it.
Sure.
But I definitely feel something when I hear the word. It
Yeah.
definitely brings up any now what I decide to do with that is up to me. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely don't. I know the one thing, and I feel like every man is like this. Like the one thing that I don't want is to ever be disrespected. And like if you disrespect me, like you can do all this other stuff. But when you start disrespecting me, that's when it becomes a problem.
I think everyone has a different level of disrespect.
That's true.
Because I'm not necessarily afraid of really anyone, right?
Right.
Like I can get my ass whooped by anyone. I'm not, I can get my ass whooped by anyone, but I don't necessarily fear anyone. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna let you, like your words really don't bother me.
Right.
You can literally call me anything. You don't know me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you don't know me, like Wayne, if you got something to say to me that's like substantial, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt me. You know me.
Yeah.
We're friends. I love you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So to hear it from you is gonna hurt me. But some idiot on the street wants to call me whatever you want. I'm like, bro, you don't know me from anyone. You're just using those words because you think it's gonna hurt my
That's
feelings.
true.
Come swing on me and you'll find out what I'm like. I'm not a tough guy, but you'll find out what I'm about at that point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like you can say whatever you want.
But that's what I'm saying. So it comes to a point where I have to decide what I'm gonna do with however I feel.
Yeah.
Right. Because I do definitely feel something. Now, do I react? And I'm not a tough guy either by any sense of the word. I can handle myself, but I'm not a tough dude. Like just not who I've never been that. But we got basketball
My
highlights
bad.
on.
Ben
Sorry.
Simmons,
Yeah, Ben Simmons is nice.
making
He's-
moves.
he's
Sorry,
nice.
go ahead.
But when I hear the word, it still does do something to me. It still makes me a little upset. Do I get upset to the point where I did probably when I was in high school and I
Yeah.
started going off on this huge dude?
Huge white dude. I'm
I
like,
bet-
Wayne, this is not no.
Yeah, it probably wasn't
Maybe
the best
next
situation.
time, like 10 years from now.
Right, it wasn't the best situation to be. I appreciate you being.
Yeah, of course.
Because I probably got mollywopped. But
But we both would have got fucked up. I wouldn't let you go down. We would have got fucked up. We would have got fucked up.
But I think that I can't walk away from a situation, but I do have a lingering. So okay, I'll explain it like this. Has there ever been, and this may have never happened to you because you
Yeah,
just
'cause I'm
do shit.
Beautiful.
But not even that. Have you ever been there? Has there ever been a girl that you're like,
Oh damn, you're too good at this, Wayne.
I should have talked to her?
I should have made the points. Literally, the next thing I want to talk about was dating girls in Santa Clarita, dating white girls. But go ahead.
Right. So there's a girl that you felt like you should have talked to,
Uh-huh.
and you didn't. And then afterwards, you're like, damn, I should have said something to her.
Oh, dude, I live my life like that, unfortunately.
Okay, so that's what I mean by I get upset, I walk away, but afterwards I might feel like,
Yeah.
I should have punched that dude in his face because he disrespected me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm glad as an adult who's married, who has a family, who has responsibilities, that I walked away.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that wants to punch him in the face,
Sure.
and that's all I'm saying.
Which is a healthy human being. Like that. Like that's natural to me. But I think the way you handle it now is the way to go about it. Like
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like you realistically. I don't know. I had a point with one of my old roommates where I realized that dude was that dude. Right?
Yeah.
Like I was gonna live with him, so like I wanted to help kind of talk, educate, have conversations like we're having about whatever. And I realized at a certain point that dude was that dude.
Right.
So I had two choices. I could either get mad at that dude every time he was that dude, or I could get or I cannot get mad at that dude every time he was that dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I feel like that is the way I wish people view that word.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just not like the class of people that is willing to use that word in an angry manner to try to get something out of you are not worth your time. They're just straight
true.
up not even worth your time.
That's true.
Your energy, your time, your focus, you have better shit to do.
But I think on the other side of that too is a lot of those people who will use those words in an angry manner are a lot of times decision makers.
It's someone you got to deal with.
And there's somebody that you have to deal with,
Yeah.
and there's somebody that is a hiring person.
And
or
should
there's
be better
somebody
than
is-
that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But so when you see, for me, when I see any white person do
Yeah.
it, it reflects me not
a
maybe
larger view.
moving up
Yeah.
because of this white person that may feel the same exact way.
That's such a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
actually
it's
a point.
just like, it's not, yeah, you're saying
It's
it, but
not
it
you.
means,
It's not you.
yeah, it
I feel you.
means so
Man.
much. You know what I'm saying?
You just kind of open my eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I granted, this is me saying it. Like I don't experience the word like I'm sure most black folks are. But even that, what you just said, that like opens my eyes to it more. Like
Mhm.
you're right. It is just one isolated idiot, and you could write that idiot off.
Right,
But every time you hear it, you just know there's a sentiment behind it that is bigger than that idiot.
right.
Bigger than that
Absolutely.
idiot. There's
And that's
something
why
alive.
I think it evokes such
Damn.
a response.
You make my heart pump, dog. You made my heart pump. Because I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm legitimately getting like energized inside me. Like I feel frustrated at the way you point that, because I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
It's
It-
bigger than just that idiot. I try to isolate it to just that idiot,
Yeah,
which is good for that moment.
Right,
It works for that moment.
right,
But when you go home, like you said, you know that idea is still alive and
right,
well,
right.
and it's hard to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
especially,
the next time it comes around, you got that anger
yeah,
built in.
and you gotta find something to do to release that anger, to get it out of you, so that you respond the best way the next time. But from my perspective, being a husband now and knowing that I want to have children and I want to support my family,
Yeah.
and then I think about these idiots who use the word irresponsibly or in anger, or that feel a certain way about me because of the color of my skin, that I'm not as intelligent as they may be. They may feel that way.
They may think.
They may think that.
Sure.
When I have a family, I'm like, you're impeding me from doing what I'm supposed to do for my
For
family.
my family.
And so when I hear the
now there's
word,
an issue.
it brings all of that into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot that I hear when I hear it. And so it's like, yeah, you just saying it, and I don't know you, but you may have
Represent
employees
something. You represent
that
something.
you feel that way about.
See, Wayne, this is the exact reason I did this podcast. I want to do this podcast.
That's real.
Because you just opened my mind. Like, you just opened my mind. Like, I've had a really, and again, this is because I don't talk to people. I don't
Yeah.
open up. Like, I don't have these conversations with
Yeah.
people. I've never had a conversation with an educated black man who went to an HBCU
Mm-hmm.
and has a perspective that I never got to sit down and open with.
That's real.
And the same way I wish, like I said, it could be isolated to one thing. But black folks who've experienced it know it's not isolated to one thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an idea.
Absolutely.
And ideas are hard to ignore.
Yeah,
You can ignore a word from one man, but ideas are hard to ignore.
absolutely.
And I'm jazzed. This is the exact reason I did this podcast, for just to have my mind open like that. Just like that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, real talk. I mean, I appreciate that too. I mean, I think I was looking at my opinion from a small scale, just like what Rob was talking about, just that one-on-one versus what the true meaning is behind it and how deep that word can go. So I really appreciate that, Wayne. I mean, real talk. My question to you, because we both went away for college, and we both grew up in Santa Clarita Valley. So, going to Xavier, was that your first time around, like, with black people, a bunch of black people, all at once?
I mean, damn, I don't want to
Yeah.
say legit, but like a real black culture, like
Yeah.
surrounded, like.
Well, I mean, I spent a lot of time in New Orleans growing up. So I was around. I think when I first moved,
Was your mom from there
yeah.
originally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was born in New Orleans. I lived there for years, and I started to move back and forth a little bit when my mom moved out here, and I stayed there with my grandmother. Then I moved here for a little bit, and I moved back.
And
so-
what were that time frame there? Like what? How old were you then?
It was a long
It
time.
was okay.
It was a lot.
It was like the elementary school time, like high
Yeah,
school time.
yeah,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
it was high school, you were there.
High school, I was actually there freshman year of high school,
And then you what? You
and then
left
I
sophomore
came
year?
back, and then I moved here and came to Canyon. I was.
Oh,
in,
you were in Louisiana for
I was
freshman year.
yeah, for the first semester.
And then the second semester.
Second
freshman year, you
semester I came
Okay,
back.
got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Got it.
And that's when I remember the first person I saw was Rafi. Actually,
That's funny.
that's funny. And I have a distinct memory of seeing him when I first moved back out here because I knew him from La Mesa.
Yeah.
But so no. So when I went to college, it was refreshing
Sure.
to me to be back in that. And I remember one time I came back out here after I think after the first semester of freshman year of college, I went and I hung out with some of our white friends, and this girl was like, "You act more black now," and I was
Oh,
like,
man.
"Nah, you just
Yeah.
got to be away from me for a little bit."
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and now that I'm back, you're like, "Oh shoot, you're actually black. You just didn't see me as a black person."
Not then. No.
You're not then. You know what I'm
She
saying? Not
didn't-
in
yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
I was just Wayne.
Yeah.
But going to a HBCU was probably one of the best, especially Xavier, was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like-
Easy. I bet.
Easy.
Yeah.
One of the best experiences I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life. Like being around, it wasn't my first experience around black culture like that, but it was definitely good to get back to. You know what I'm saying? Like it taught me a lot about who I was. It taught me a lot about respect for black men. Like even when I see black men on the street now, I try to speak. And in LA, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, no.
You know, like I don't want to. Why are you
Yeah.
talking to me, bro? But
I don't want to buy your CD.
Right, right.
Goddamn, son. Goddamn.
But I try to speak. Like I try to say what's up, or I just give a nod, or I'm like, what's good?
Yeah.
And some people say what's good back. Older black men really appreciate it. They kind of smile like,
I got a
hey,
question for you.
yeah.
Because I do it to all black men. And have you ever been with all right, you ever been with it's been a while, but you ever dated a white girl and like, or just been with a white girl and like you see another black man in public and you say, like, what's up to that black man? They always ask, like, white girls always ask, like, do all black men say hi to each other? I'm like, what?
Do you know him?
Do all black men say hi to each other? But my question is, do you go head nod down or you go head nod up?
I go head nod up. Like, what's up?
You?
Head nod
Wayne?
up.
Wayne?
I go down.
I go down. Is that it? We're only separated by like 3 years.
Yeah. I don't think it's
I go down.
I don't know why I started going. I used to go up,
I used to go up too.
but now I
And
go.
I remember when I
go
started
down.
going down.
I
was
think
like-
going
I was like-
down for me is like more respectful.
Yes, exactly. To me,
Yeah, it feels more respectful. Like if I'm doing this, it's kind of like, oh, what's good?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I view it too.
But
if it's that's
but
what's up,
for
yeah.
me, I'm like, I'm doing this. Like, how you
I'm like,
doing?
how- yes, exactly.
Yeah, you
Head
know what
nod
I'm
is
saying?
like, good day,
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah,
Like,
like
get on
have a
with
good
your-
one.
yep.
Like I ain't want
Yeah.
no trouble here. Like it's all
Yeah,
because the thing
it's all
about
love.
it is, especially in New Orleans, like black dudes will look. And it's like the first one to look away is a hoe, or you know what I'm saying,
Sure,
or a bitch, whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
within, and it's a weird like 1, 2, 3. What's up?
yeah,
It's like you can feel the countdown before it's like, what's up,
Like,
dog?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you did the exact thing. Like your eyes kind of squint.
Well,
like,
yeah,
what
you
like,
squint-
what
you look
looking
hard,
at? You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Is this-
but
is this nigga
so it's just
looking
like,
at
how you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
It's
Hit
a
nod down. You know
it's
what I'm saying?
a disarming.
Yeah,
It's a disarming. like, yeah,
absolutely.
I'm
and
not-
and
I'm
it's
not about
terrible that
action.
it's terrible that black men feel like that
Right?
about each other. So that's why I go out of my way to try to speak
Sure.
to black men on the street. Like I saw a group of brothers today, and they were younger, and I could tell they just wasn't with it. So I walked by and I kept my head up to see if anybody was gonna look at me.
Mhm.
Nobody did. They kind of was doing whatever they was doing,
Mhm.
and I had headphones on, so I just kept walking. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing that I feel like, because my wife always worries about me walking anywhere, because I walk with my headphones on and I put the cancellate
volume up,
noise
yeah. So you're not
cancellation
hearing nothing
on. I
outside
don't
of
hear
that.
nothing. I'm
Yeah.
just like walking.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Be careful." And I'm like, "As long as you cool, they don't bother
They don't
you.
bother you,
Nobody
yeah.
bothers you."
But it's
You
weird
know what I'm
that,
saying?
but it's weird though that like even it's just weird, not weird. It's not weird. It's not sad. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
straight
They're
up.
Just like, you know, a black man has to worry about other black men.
Yeah,
walking down the street.
straight
You
up.
know what I mean?
It's
Like,
terrible.
but you know, like that's different. So there's like economical. You know, that's a whole nother subject.
Right.
But it just kind of sucks at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, if you break
absolutely.
it down in layman's terms, you know,
Yeah.
you're just trying to, especially you, because you nothing but a good dude.
Appreciate it.
Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, you know, up here, like I said, you got a nice spot, married, church going dude, man. You're not like there's not too many demons in your closet. You're a good dude. So why would anybody have any reason?
I got a few bodies.
Yeah, one or two. I'll check the closet. I'm right by it. But I mean, it's not. It's like if anybody should not have to worry about another black man in his own neighborhood, it should be you.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It sucks, and that's just the way that society is painting us. I don't know if we all knew we was gonna go here on here, but I'm glad we did.
Well, that was the idea. I kind of want to talk to you about some racial relations. I knew. You know, I definitely want to get into what you were doing, with music and everything. But I figured we could sit down and have a bit of a race relations, conversation, especially me having like a, double-edged sword with it.
Yeah, and I've learned more about it like as I've gone on. I think I've always just seen you as a black man.
Yeah.
Even knowing like your mom and that side of the family, like I'm just like, oh, he's black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's cool to hear you talk about it more and to hear more about like how it might make you feel or just that experience, because I don't really know anything about it.
And that's why I'm out here, man. That's why we're doing this. So, man, let's wrap this shit up, man. It's I think we've gone, I think, longer than we thought we would have, which I'm surprised. So if you're still rocking with us, I definitely appreciate this shit. But this is episode 1. I want to just say thank Swain for being the first guest. And just for having us in the building. And we're gonna try to do this every Tuesday. Put this cast out every Friday. We'll do the intro after this, and we'll kind of go make sure we get all the Twitter information, the Instagram information out there, so you guys can follow the podcast. And maybe next week I'll update you guys with my actual all my information, so you guys can at least follow me. I can reach out to you guys. Again, it's pretty much for marketing, but I would like to get this podcast out to as many people as we can.
For sure.
I definitely had a good time doing this. I can't wait to look forward to our guest next week. T, that's your homegirl.
That's my homegirl, Tamia, aka Diva Legs. She'll be in the building. Won't get too much into it, but it's gonna be fun next week. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we'll give you all her information. She, I think she does fashion. What is she doing?
Yeah, she's big into the fashion game. She's a former Division I athlete. Grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. So she's a very interesting person. So
she's the homegirl.
She's homegirl. Yeah.
We'll get you all her information so you can look her up and just be ready for the guest next week. But again, we appreciate anybody who's still rocking with us. We love you guys. Wayne, you got something to say, baby?
I just appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, trusting that this would be a good place to do podcasting and having me on. It was fun. I had a good time.
Absolutely.
And I want to see this grow. So please, y'all listen, because this is gonna be hilarious.
This is fun, man.
But do I need to clear anything with my wife? Like, is this girl like amazing looking? Or
oh, dude.
Yeah, just let her know we'll have a solid dime.
Okay, I just need to, I need to
yeah.
give some prerequisite to that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
hey,
met
babe,
your wife for the first time tonight.
You did.
Beautiful young lady. So she got nothing to worry about.
She doesn't.
She got nothing to
She
worry about.
doesn't.
She's
She
good.
just needs to know.
She just needs to know. So yeah, that's good. I like your style.
Sorry about that, Wayne.
Good.
Didn't mean to drop the bomb on you like that.
It's all good.
Good wife, good life.
Yeah.
Wayne's a smart man.
Yeah.
Always been a smart man.
Yeah. And before we take off, Rob, thank you, my man.
Nah, man.
We did it, dude.
We did it. Episode 1, right?
Episode 1.
I know it took forever, but episode
forever.
1. So this is gonna be like a variety show. So
Fuck, are we really doing this?
what are we doing?
We're calling it a variety show.
I just did. Yeah, I call it a variety show.
Okay, this is not a variety show.
It's a fucking variety show.
What are you tap dancing? Like what what variety are we doing? We're talking.
Nigga, if you need me to tap dance to call it a variety show, you call it a variety show.
This
But
shit's a
I mean,
talk
we're not.
show.
It's a talk show, but we're gonna have a variety of topics. That's
So
the
let's
idea.
call it a topical show.
No, see, you sound silly. We're gonna call it.
We'll figure it out, guys.
God,
it's not a variety show.
By episode 2, hopefully, it's a fucking variety show. And shut up, dog. It's a variety show. By episode 2, we'll have this solved, and by solved, we're gonna be calling it a variety show. So thanks for coming out. Love you guys. See you next week.
Peace.